While I'm not against social media at all, we should start knowing and questioning more about how web platforms utilize their products, that is, us, the users. In addition to our names, emails, content, and other personal details, another product that tech companies milk from their users is impressions. That is, every time we get served an ad. So this episode was my attempt to unfold the main components that make users a goldmine for tech companies. Hi, I'm Nicholas and this is Moving Forward. In this podcast, I explore the relationship between society and innovation through science, design, entrepreneurship, and other topics I'm passionate and expert about. Every 2 weeks, I publish a new episode where I share ideas, resources, and concepts that can help individuals and humanity move forward. Remember to subscribe. It is pretty straightforward that ultimately the information collected by web platforms is utilized to deliver advertising specifically targeted to our interests in order to maximize the success of marketing campaigns in terms of brand awareness, website subscription, app download, product purchase, or other forms of call to action. As Chiara Valentini, social media strategist, said, in addition to laser-focused targeting, compared to other types of one-directional media, companies that advertise on the web enjoy the unprecedented benefit of being able to measure their return on investment precisely. Not only have they the certainty that their content is visualized or clicked, they can access accurate statistics about the people reached by their ads. So while traditional advertising mostly involves delivering output, that is, communicating a message to customers and waiting for them to act on it, digital advertising is primarily based on acquiring users' timely input in a way that's typical of Pavlovian stimulus response dynamics. For instance, it is impossible to precisely track how many people watched an ad on a roadside billboard. On the contrary, social media platforms bill advertisers differently based on the number of impressions, clicks, or purchases triggered by the content they promote. I'm not really concerned with this aspect of social media though. Facebook, Google, and other businesses undergo massive personnel, research and development, and maintenance costs to host their worldwide infrastructures, and they need advertisers' money to keep their platforms free for us to use. So, as Gianluca Lattanzi, innovation manager, said during the panel, as long as I can decide the type and amount of information I want to share, my data are managed properly, and companies are transparent, and every user is able to understand the dynamics of the social media game, I don't have any problems with advertising based on my data. Instead, what advertisers should be concerned with is that the same company that sells impressions measures their user engagement, which may be a form of conflict of interest. User-generated content is one more item users produce. Imagine how Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, LinkedIn, and other platforms would look like if nobody shared anything. They would be completely empty and therefore really sad. Social media companies are the only players in the publishing industry that don't have to pay the people who author content. This is thanks to a very subtle trick. As it's your profile, your timeline, and your resume, then you are the only one left with the task of adding stuff. Given that they make it very easy to write posts, share pictures and videos, add achievements and interests, and follow people, it's your responsibility, and you are the only one to blame if you don't have enough material. Similarly, it's your failure if other users, including your friends, don't find your stuff interesting. So, when you create an account on social media, you simultaneously agree to the obligation to produce some content and to entertain other users for free. This is not in the terms. So in conclusion, now it's a great time to take action. On the internet, you can find many websites and videos that contain suggestions on how you can achieve a healthier compromise as far as being utilized by social media. A great place to start is humanetech.com/take-control. Humanetech.com is the website of the Center for Humane Technology, which is one of the organizations involved in the production of the docufilm The Social Dilemma. In general, I encourage using the dimensions mentioned in this article for adopting some form of bookkeeping when visiting Facebook and similar websites. As each of us value their time, data, and work differently, you can make your own judgment about how to take control based on the value you attribute to each of the assets that you produce when you use social media. This series dedicated to the social dilemma in social media websites has been realized with the contribution of Chiara Valentini, social media strategist, Ernesto Menino, CEO of Cyberdyne and expert in artificial intelligence, and Gianluca Lattanzi, innovation manager. I want to take this opportunity to thank them for their help. Many thanks for listening to this episode of Moving Forward. If you enjoyed it or learned something, remember to subscribe to the podcast and share it with your contacts and via social media. Check the description and visit cprnhl.com to access links to the resources I mentioned here. Also, Moving Forward is available as a blog and a video channel. Look them up and feel free to get in touch through email and comments. Stay tuned and remember to always move forward.